He was being treated at Shands in Gainesville. Also developing tonight, 2 shootings within less than 24 hours of each other in Tallahassee. One took place at an apartment complex on West Tennessee Street. A bullet struck a home and then hit a shelf and a refrigerator inside. Upon arrival, multiple shell casings were found. Nobody was hurt. The other happened on Joe Louis Street. Officers responded to the shots fired in the area and located shell casings on the ground. Later, a male victim came forward but refused to cooperate, and no arrests have been made in either of these cases. They're still being investigated by police, though. Well, tomorrow, the Leon County Commissioners will decide if they're going to devote $70,000 to the Commission on the Status of Men and Boys. The CSMB is a product of the report called Anatomy of a Homicide, which found Leon County homicides over the last 5 years were committed by young black males mostly. In February, the city of Tallahassee approved to fund a portion of the commission. The goal is to secure other funding from entities like Leon County Schools. Sheriff Walt McNeil says the programs will provide multiple forms of intervention to reduce crime.
What we've said is we need to have a process by which we take these young persons we identify and at about 4 or 5 different levels have interventions specifically geared toward the specific problems or issues that the young men in our community are facing, and then try to address some of those.
Commissioners are expected to vote at tomorrow's County Commission meeting. They'll decide if the money comes from their budget or the Law Enforcement Trust Fund. The Killearn Neighborhood Watch is asking for your help to track down some vandals. Over the weekend, the golf club at Summerbrook was vandalized, leaving the cost of damage to about $25,000 or $30,000. Current members are helping with the damage, but Regan Hobbs, who has owned the club for 18 years, says this is not the first time something like this has happened, and they have to recover.
As a small business owner, you get punched in the stomach all the time, but you have to persevere. You got to, keep moving forward, and sometimes it's 2 steps back, but 3 forward, but you just got to keep pushing, and it's one of the hardest things as a small business owner.
Neighborhood Watch is asking those who live in the area of Summerbrook Drive and Preservation with any information to contact Hobbs. The incident is still under investigation by police. Now at 6, meeting a need for communities that could really use that support. That's the mission behind the work being done at Sable Palm Elementary School in Tallahassee. ABC 27's Shanice Archer shows us how they are working with community groups to make sure families are taken care of.
Sable Palm Elementary School is teaming up with community groups to make sure families have the resources they need to take care of their families. Sable Palm is a community partnership school, and the school serves families in the 32304 zip code. Some of those students also live in the Florida Sun Estates neighborhood, formerly known as the Meadows, and many were forced to move after their rent was raised more than double in January. Now organizations like the Big Bend Homeless Coalition are working to help those families. Kim Ladner is the Chief Program Officer at Big Bend Homeless Coalition, providing families knowledge and resources about their rapid rehousing and homeless prevention programs.
There are a lot of people who are facing eviction right now, and we're just here to be that safety net and provide the resources available to get them rehoused or to keep them in their housing.
16 organizations will be at the Resource Fair Saturday, March 12th at 9 a.m. And the Junior League of Tallahassee will be there to hand out food boxes. In Tallahassee, Shanice Archer, ABC 27.
Sounds great. Thank you, Shanice. And happening right now, the Greater Frenchtown Southside Community Redevelopment Agency is discussing money for a new business incubator in Frenchtown. The CRA will vote to commit roughly $200,000 to the project. Kay Lenoris Barber is the brains behind renovating the building at the corner of West Tharp and Old Bainbridge Road. He says the CRA's money would pay for about a quarter of the building. It'll hold 3 retail shops and about 10 office spaces, with the goal of creating nearly 40 jobs in the Frenchtown Griffin Heights neighborhood.
All they have to do is just bring themselves, their ideas, and their talent, and then we're going to hold their hand through the business process. And when they become successful and can afford market rate rent, we will graduate them and other folks can come into the facility as well.
Barber says he hopes to get the venture up and running by the middle of the year. In First to Know weather, let's get you a live look over Florida A&M University right now. Interesting sky playing out right now. Let's get right to First to Know Chief Meteorologist Casanova Nurse. Cass, I know earlier we were talking about smoke plumes, but also talking about showers moving through. So what are we seeing in the sky over FAMU right now?
What it is one of those afternoon clouds that developed and the sun getting lower in the sky, so a little different angle produces a darker shade in the cloud deck there. Not really anything impending in terms of rain or storms over the highest of 7 hills, but perhaps that scene is something that can be a theme of the forecast for later this week. We do have a setup that's going to give us some unsettled weather, periods of rain, couple of thunderstorms, and then a turning colder trend for the weekend ahead. And again, it's only Monday, not too early to think about the weekend, right? Just plan on it being a little chillier than it is right now. Temperatures currently holding in the 70s. We do have that south wind pattern, which has been blowing mostly off the peninsula, so that's why our eastern sections have been a little bit warmer. But the Titan radar doesn't show any kind of precipitation around Leon County or most of our local counties. Few sprinkles in the bay, as well as a few areas of showers lining up across the Chattahoochee Valley, and that's where the evening rain activity will stay. That's with a front. Now, it'll keep it kind of humid and mostly cloudy and a bit foggy first thing in the morning, but we'll focus on the rain activity and how much rain you can receive through this week in your First to Know forecast.
Florida breaks from the CDC on COVID vaccines for kids. Ahead at 6, what the state's top doctor says and the pushback he's getting now. But first, making a final stand at Florida's Capitol this week. The controversial vote we'll be watching in the days to come. Opponents of that so-called Don't Say Gay bill in Florida making a final stand at the Capitol this week. Protesters could be heard chanting outside the Senate chambers all day today. Lawmakers there are set to take a final vote on the bill tomorrow. If signed, the policy, under threat of a lawsuit, creates a ban on the instruction of sexual orientation or gender identity in kindergarten through 3rd grade classrooms. Republicans have largely backed the bill, saying it puts parents in charge of sensitive topics. These opponents, however, call it bigoted and dangerous for LGBTQ+ youth and families.
Don't you dare pass this bill. It is undemocratic, it suppresses diversity, and it hurts children.
Democrats are trying to change the policy's language for the last time, offering 11 amendments to water it down. The bill's sponsor doubted any would get through, especially considering time is short. Session wraps up on Friday. Tracking coronavirus across our state. Right now, 22% of children age 5 to 11 are vaccinated against COVID in Florida, and ages 12 to 19 are 60% vaccinated. As we track those numbers, though, new developments tonight on vaccines for children in Florida. The state's Surgeon General, Dr. Joseph Ladapo, said just hours ago the State Department of Health will recommend against vaccines for healthy children. ABC 27's Jada Williams joins us live from the Health Department now. So, Jada, how are local healthcare leaders responding to this idea?
Channing, the Florida Physicians for Social Responsibility says despite what Dr. Joseph Ladapo said, the CDC is still the best organization to listen to those recommendations from. As of right now, the CDC still recommends that anyone age 5 and up should take the COVID-19 vaccine. But today, at a roundtable hosted by Governor Ron DeSantis, Florida Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo said he won't push vaccines on healthy Florida children. He pointed to a new study that suggests the shot is ineffective for kids. The New York State Department of Health found Pfizer's effectiveness of preventing hospitalizations of kids 5 to 11 fell from 100% to 48% between mid-December and late January. The study also said preventing infections in children dropped from 68% to 12%. But public health professor Donald Axelrod said that the Surgeon General is cherry-picking exactly what that study is trying to say.
If I were to read the very paper he's referring to, he says in Omicron era effectiveness declined rapidly in children, particularly those 5 to 11. Quote, however, vaccination of children 5 to 11 years was protective against severe disease and is recommended.
The New York State Department issued a statement regarding that study where they still support vaccines for children, saying in part, the data is not surprising as the vaccine was developed in response to an earlier COVID-19 variant, and reduced effectiveness of 2 doses against the Omicron variant has been to some degree with all vaccines and ages. It is critical to stress that vaccination is still recommended for everyone 5 years and older, including children ages 5 through 11.